You create a Lambda in a VPC, try to access Secrets Manager, and boom, it doesn't work. So you Google it. Stack Overflow may be confusing, and watching outdated videos even worse. I've been there, and in this video I will show you exactly why this happens and how to solve it properly. My name is Juan Simon, developer at Xinitry, and this is part of my From Zero to Production on AWS series, where I don't give you tutorials, I give you real-world solutions to real-world problems. Let's start by visualizing the problem. This will be our initial setup. We will have our AWS Lambda and Secrets Manager in the AWS cloud, which will work perfectly without any issues by doing a basic copy-paste of a code snippet. But things start changing when we try to implement our VPC. And let's say for demonstration purposes that we have a database in our VPC and want Lambda to access it. But to do that, it has to access the credentials of the database that are stored in a secret in AWS Secrets Manager. To allow Lambda to access our database, we are going to connect it via an Elastic Network interface to our VPC, which is kind of putting the Lambda inside of our VPC. Since our VPC doesn't have outbound rules that allow connection to the AWS cloud, Lambda is not being able to reach the AWS Secrets Manager service. Therefore, it's not being able to get our credentials. What we need to do here is to create some type of communication between AWS Lambda and Secrets Manager that allows us to get our credentials. The way to do that is by creating a VPC endpoint that communicates Lambda with Secrets Manager through our VPC. So let's go and recreate this issue in the console. The first thing that we are going to do is to create a secret inside of Secrets Manager to store our DB credentials. So just go to Secrets Manager and create a new secret. The type is going to be RDS database, and just in the credentials tab, fill in your username and password. Scroll down, select your database, and click on next. Give it a name. For simplicity, I'm just going to use Xinitry DB password, I think, and click on next. The automatic rotation we're going to skip for now because we don't need that. And here, just scroll down until you see the sample code section and select and copy the code that you need. In my case, I'm using Python, so just select and copy that and click store. So if you now refresh the page, you will be able to see your new stored secrets inside of Secrets Manager. And for now, that's all that we have to do here. So let's head over to Lambda and create a new function over here. I'm going to call it Xinitry no VPC because for this first example, we're not going to put this Lambda into the VPC. Select your runtime, and I'm going to use a custom created role, but this is not necessary. It will also work if you use the role that Lambda creates by default. So once the function is created, just scroll down into the code editor section and paste in the code that we just have copied from Secrets Manager. Make sure to copy it above the Lambda handler function so it runs properly and fast, because this way we are calling the function globally. Don't forget to return the secret at the end of the getSecret method. And last but not least, create a secret variable outside of the Lambda handler that contains the value of the getSecret method. Now, just for demonstration, I'm going to print out that secret in the body of the return statement so you can see it in the output of the Lambda function. So after you deploy your code, head over to the Test tab at the top and click on the Test button. You will see that it will successfully fail because despite of Lambda and Secrets Manager are currently running in the AWS cloud, Lambda has still no permission to access it. So we have to go to the Configurations tab, click on Permissions, and on the Lambda execution role, and attach some policies. We're going to search for Secrets Manager read-write policy. Now that we have attached that policy successfully, we can go back to our Lambda and try running it again. This time it will work. Okay, so now that we have a running Lambda function that can access Secrets Manager, let us copy the source code of this Lambda function and create a new one, but this time located inside a VPC. And let's see if this works. Let's call it Xinitry VPC, just because it makes sense. And the settings are going to be exactly the same as before. Same runtime, same permissions, same execution role. The only things that are going to change are in the Additional Configurations tab, where we're going to check the VPC and select our VPC. Now select the subnets that Lambda is going to be able to access and assign a security group to your Lambda. Once created, let's paste the exact same code from the other Lambda into this Lambda and see if it works. As previously explained, since our Lambda is now inside of our VPC, it's isolated from the AWS cloud. So we have to go to the VPC settings and create an endpoint to allow Lambda to communicate with Secrets Manager through our VPC. So let's go to the Endpoints tab and create a new one. For this one, I'm going to use Xinitry Endpoint. Scroll down to the Services tab and search for Secrets Manager. After that, scroll down and select your VPC. Under the Subnets tab, select the ones that are going to be allowed to send data through the endpoint. In our case, our private subnets. If you scroll a little bit more, on the security groups, select the same one that you have assigned to your Lambda function. Since there is nothing more to do here, just scroll down and click on Create Endpoint. Now we can go back to our Lambda and try it out. As you can see, we are now getting our credentials, and all this in just under 3 milliseconds, which is very cost efficient. Okay, that's it. If you're building on AWS and run into frustrating issues like this, consider subscribing or just leave a comment below.